Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. Just a quick check-in here, Thursday, 8th February 2024. Just a quick check-in really on what's been happening at the market the last couple of days. It's been really crazy and all triggered by a stock called HOLO, and I managed to get a nice win on it, 11% gain. And it's actually a very big win for me for such a small account. And I had previously made a good trade on RVSN on the 5th of February, and then a swing trade on ADAP the end of January coming into the 1st of February. So as you can see, I've been keeping my losses nice and small, and then I've been able to pull out 4 big wins really over the past week or so. And I used up a lot of commissions today on some of these pre-markets. So these were sympathy runners to HOLO. So if you want to just put this all into one bracket here, and HOLO being pretty much the catalyst for the market to start getting really hot in the last 24 hours, penny stock land. But you know, it's easy to get caught up in the emotion, and I just wanted to stop trading for the day after today. I managed to come out green today again, but you know, there was an overuse of commissions, and I spoke about that. I didn't like how I was using up so many commissions, and this would be a case where I used $15 in commissions today, so that brings me up to 50 so far used this month, meaning I have only 50 left, as I have a target to only use $100 in commission, only to spend $100 with Trade Zero on commissions this month. So you know, it's easy to get caught up and carried away and maybe try something, lose, and then try again, maybe in a less ideal place, and when you're a little bit emotional, and then lose again. And it's just easy for it to happen that it becomes a snowball. So this is February 2024 obviously, and that's my month last month. That's just actually 2023. I'll be erasing that. That's just March, so just ignore all that stuff. But yeah, so I'm just going to log into my broker and just to see where these tickers have ended up this afternoon. HOLO from yesterday, CCTG HKIT, which I got a nice trade on this morning, but unfortunately then with CCTG and SYRA I kind of slipped up a bit. So let's just have a look and see where they are at the moment. I'm curious to see what's going on with them. So let's have a look. Logging in, and here we go. SYRA. So okay, so my entry was here on SYRA. We'll just go through 1 minute and we'll go back. My first entry was here. I was listening to a YouTube channel, and it wasn't the one you're thinking of. It was actually a lesser known trader, and he was just looking at the action, and he came across this one, which then it came on my radar, and he was getting really excited about this one, and he was just, you know, I think he would admit himself, he got a bit carried away with the potential of this, and I think this is just not natural for people to get overexcited, and people have to be careful. Like, I'm just talking about myself, that I need to be careful not to I have to be careful to take everything with a huge grain of salt. When you hear something from a chat room and stuff, it's, you know, don't let the emotions overcome you and think that this is going to go to 100 or go to 20 or 50. I mean, it's just come from 1 to 6 or 7 in the space of 5 minutes. So I took a really small starter here, or small entry. Was it 5 shares, and then I sold 2 shares here right at the top, pretty much 960 or something. I got executed, and then I still had 2 shares, and I vaguely gathered that the news was big, and the person in the chat room was like just bigging it up a lot, and he was just, oh, this is crazy, this is the time to really go for it, um, and he did later, go through the disclaimer and stuff, but in the moment it was heightened emotion, and it's easy for people listening to get carried away, and this is, oh yeah, this is the time to size up. I'm listening to an experienced trader, why not size up? But I didn't do that. But just given what happened with HOLO, if we look at HOLO yesterday, I made money on this yesterday here, and then it just went wild after hours. So that's created this sympathy tickers, and there's been a few of them. So people are hunting around in pre-market trying to figure out what's the next one to go bananas. So there's a lot of emotion involved. So if you can imagine, CCTG came on my radar. It was HKIT was the one that I spotted, and look at my entry. It's actually quite good. It's on a pullback. It's consolidated for a number of minutes, for about an hour, I would say, more. That's 450 to 610, yeah, about an hour more. And I add in, I start and then add in a bit, and then okay, we'll go to the 1 minute. Back we go. So even there, it was a bit of a chase. I was like, oh no, I'm after chasing it. Because you can imagine how fast it's moving. This is from almost the mid threes, and then it's at 4 very quickly. I start in here, and I'm like, oh no, and I nearly got stopped out, but I only took a small starter, added in here, and I knew it was pre-market, so I wasn't taking full size, and took first piece off there, and then I was like, look, I'm comfortable here now. I have a feeling this has got a lot of juice in it, just based on what happened yesterday, and it seemed to be the only one at the time that was spiking big in pre-market this morning. I hadn't noticed the other ones at the time, basically, but I had dialed in nicely on this one, and it was kind of behaving as I expected. So I put my next order at 7. First order was 6. I don't know what it was that I got filled at 6. Maybe it was 610 or something. Then I had my second order at 770, and no joke, like it came all the way up to 775, and I got filled. I wasn't even at my desk. I had just 5 shares. I had 10 shares remaining, so I had 5 shares at here, and then I said I'll go away now, and I actually went for a swim, and I had 10 shares left, so I had 5 shares waiting at 775, and then I had another 5 at 1120 or 1150 or something for the really ambitious target. So that's why you see me sell it out here. Once I came back and I see that it's coming down, and then halted down, I was like, damn it. So I ended up stopping out at 415 or so. I was going to make it break even, but I was like, nah, look, let's get out. And but you can see the emotion on the chart here. Like, people are chasing it up, getting involved. It's really volatile. It's just jumping up and down, and now it's coming down into the market open, and it's up and down, and it's up again, and then it's slamming down into a halt down, and then it halts, resumes, comes down, and then flashes back up. So the short sellers and longs in it here, and it's just got to a point where, well, let's see what happens. It's just fizzled off now. So that was HKIT, the CCTG. So the HKIT I made money on. and then I got kind of entangled in CCTG and SYRA. I think it was worth a try in here. It's just that, and this was came from the guy in the chat. So like listening to other people in chat, you can learn from them, but it's just important not to get influenced by them in the moment when you're doing your own process and your own trading. So anyway, yeah, I got involved here, and I was thinking this is going to reverse, and yes, if we got over 760, I was thinking, look, we're away to the races here. But you know, it had already had quite a surge here, but I just felt like there was more volume coming in. But to be honest, I come back to my desk and it was around here, and I had missed the opportunity. I really feel I had missed the opportunity, and I think the real opportunity was here. You know, getting involved when it broke out of this area here, because it was nice and tight candles, and then it surges up. So I think here a little piece here. I mean, that's big move. That's still a massive move. So I mean, just taking a small size because it's pre-market and taking a piece there, you know, it's just, so just kind of taught me today. It's just like, okay, there has been some wild action, but it's not like 2020, 2021 again, all over again. It was, but very briefly, and we've got back to kind of normality, I think now, and things have started to fizzle back. There's no follow through momentum, so it's all very, very quick flashes up and it's coming back down. Okay, you get another opportunity here, you know, if you're kind of calm and centered. But I think at the time, I just didn't want to get back any more gains, and I had, yeah, I had enough, and it's like, okay, look, I've made some profits today. I need to calm everything down, and you know, because things are getting a bit wild here and getting quite hard to predict. But I think, look, in hindsight here, here's an opportunity somewhere around here to study this zone where it's totally calmed down the action, and then it inches forward, inches higher. I think there's an opportunity there to take some, certainly. And then there was, what was the other one? SYRA. Yeah, I think I went through that one already. And basically I had some shares. Look, it's starting to squeeze now a bit, like, so could be an opportunity here, but yeah, it could push here. It's just so volatile. Look at it. You know, I don't trust it. You know, it's too crazy. It's too bipolar. The tickers at the moment. If you're getting in at a nice level before this, then I'm interested. If I can get in at a point and then be right in the ultimate direction, this could turn around and come back down very fast. So that's why I'm not going to chase it up here. I just don't trust it. I don't trust these movers at the moment so much. You know, what's happened there with SYRA has just told me, look, I've got to be very careful. And you know, I just put it into my notes on SYRA, my SYRA trade. So let's have a look at it. Yeah, I just said sold a piece at the highs, held a few shares. Unfortunately, you know, was not seeing such a drop coming. And I let my guard down. Like, it was the first time this month I let my guard down. And like, look, I'm lucky. It was just a small shares. I had bought 5 shares, sold 2, so I was holding 3 shares all the way down here, all the way down. But I was like, oh my god, like, I've gone from being a huge percentage, relatively large percentage up, to that down. Like, it's a big turnaround, and just got to be wary on these. You know, don't trust them. Don't trust levels to hold like that. You know, on pre-market especially. And yeah, chasing up near highs is always risky. So when it starts coming down, you know, expect that it can come down much further than we think. I thought maybe, oh, it'll hold up at VWAP and come along here, but no, it just slammed down. People just panicked out. You know, good entry was potentially down here after it had calmed down. I mean, I have historical charts which have shown this kind of pattern before, where in pre-market goes crazy, comes down a lot, and then levels out, and then has another crack at it. So I think maybe in here, but you see, I was a little bit off center then at that point, and I was like, look, but I did try it here, because I thought maybe it was going to break here, because it halted down, and then this recovery was maybe going to catch shorts off guard. And then when this came down and I had that nice wick here, I was like, okay, there's someone buying this back up here. And then it was starting to form a little flag here. So I was like, okay, I was thinking that might break here, but got stopped out there. So that was it. So then back down here, I went away, but I'm just reviewing the chart now. I think down here, just on something that got that volatility in it and volume, I think it is worth trying to see if I can get in near the lows in future. So like we have this box here, and if I can get in, so somewhere, so there is 320, and if you can get in at, okay, it's still quite a way off it, so you can't take big size, but you know, you can get in some positions here for some sort of spike up, you know. So that's pretty much all I've got to say, and month is going good so far. Just today I thought I had more locked in than I ended up with, and it was just a couple of important lessons to remind myself, look, if I'm not feeling it, if I'm a little bit off center, having had this happen to me actually threw me a little bit off center, and that's why I've decided not to trade for the rest of the day. I just feel like if I trade now, I'm not going to win. So it's just one of those things. Just gotta trust yourself. And like, I mean, I've been having a very good month so far. I don't want to scupper it by losing discipline. And this was one warning here today that it can happen, and it only needs to happen once. And I'm just fortunate that I didn't take the large size. I think I have developed good instincts now to know when I'm kind of taking a little bit too much of a risk, and I always seem to have taken less size then. So thankfully I'm kind of recognizing when I'm not in a perfect spot, when I haven't got a perfect spot on the chart, and I'm kind of chasing, and so it's just good lessons, and just that things can come back down much further than you think. A lot of people are blowing up this month. A lot of people are making money now. People are posting up big gains and stuff. But look, the way this action is, you know, most people are gonna end up break even or lost a few $100. That's the reality of trading. So don't get carried away. Stick to your process, and take the chat rooms and forums with a large grain of salt. Don't get suckered in. Don't get emotional. If you do get emotional, recognize it. Take a deep breath. Calm yourself down, and focus on your position sizing and your risk management, and finding the right places on the chart to trade and patterns that you recognize and that you trust. And after that, then the profits will look after themselves. You don't want to start getting involved chasing stuff, and getting into these highly emotional tickers. I mean, HOLO yesterday has set off I don't know what the expression is, but it's set off a cascade of emotion, and it's lit up the market, which is good. We like that, but we don't want to have these be the times when we blow up our account. So, you know, it's about staying calm, cool, calm, and centered. And don't lose your shit. Don't chase. If you do chase, if you can't help yourself, size down to like 1/10 of your normal size, so that if it goes 50% against you, you're not going to get hurt. You know. Um, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hope this helps someone. I'm doing it to help myself as well, and I'm just glad that I'm gonna take my profits for today. I've used up enough commissions. I want to be trading towards the end of the month and have some commissions left. I don't want to blow it all, getting caught up in these tickers um, that are extremely volatile and choppy. Maybe a little bit too much so. Um, the ones that have the halts down and halts up, they can be very, very tricky to get safe risk management on. So sometimes it's best to just maybe avoid them or just take smaller size. Thanks for tuning in. I'll stop rambling now, but take care. Take care out there. It's pretty wild. There's money to be made, but you gotta be on it. You can't be off center. You gotta play safe and trade scared. Good luck out there.